Good afternoon, tribe. My name is Darius Lester, your financial philosopher, and this is Mammoth Money Mindset. And this will be episode 3 of Start Anyway, my Turo edition. So on the first episode, I talked to you guys about what Turo was, what goes into it. On the second episode, I told you about how I got started, starting off with my own truck. I went and got a cheap car off of Facebook, and I used that as my commuter while I rented out my truck. I did it myself. I did it through my mom while I was deployed, and I came back and I was like, all right, I'm decent at this. So I went and got 4.5 more vehicles. So today I would like to talk to you about kind of maybe something that might actually help you, right? So I will show you how I go about deciding what cars I'm going to get for Turo. So little disclaimer for the beginning. I don't know if it's a disclaimer, but basically a lot of people want to get into Turo because they plan on finding luxury cars and, be like, ooh, I always wanted this Jaguar. I always wanted this Mercedes. I always wanted this BMW. Maybe I wanted a Bugatti or Ferrari, right? All these great things like, oh, I can get that. And then I can just rent it out a week out of every month and that'll pay for the car note. It might. I heard all those things too. It's very possible it might, but there's also a equally high chance that you will end up upside down and having to pay for that car out of your own pocket. I didn't want those problems, so I strictly rent out commuter vehicles. I'm renting out vehicles that people just want to take if they needed to go on a road trip. Maybe somebody's car broke down, so they just want one to get to work and back. I got some vans for family trips because a lot of people don't have like minivans. That's my market. That's where I felt most comfortable. Why did I feel most comfortable with that? One, they're cheaper. They're a lot cheaper, so I didn't feel as bad. Something else with stuff being cheaper, you care less about it. If you go out and get a brand new Mercedes and you like, ooh, or your Tesla, and you go put that on the site, every single time somebody drives off in it, you're going to have anxiety. When it comes back, you're going to have to scan it each and every inch to make sure there's no dents, no scratch, no dings, make sure they didn't spill anything inside, make sure there's no crumbs, bugs, all that stuff, right? I picked this side gig because I wanted to have extra money without extra stress. I didn't want to have to work hard. I wanted to just throw somebody my keys, go back, lay in my bed, and a few days later just receive money. That's what I wanted. That's why I started this. I felt if I went and got luxury vehicles, I would not be able to do that as comfortably. So that's why I choose cheaper vehicles, because I can get a cheap vehicle, rent it out for however much. I'll run the numbers. I'll show you how I do that. And, on the back end, after a year or so, if I decide that I don't want the vehicle anymore, I can go sell it. It's not a brand new vehicle, so I didn't buy it for $50,000 and it didn't lose $30,000 when I drove it off the lot. I went and bought it for $10,000, and now I can probably still go sell it for $6,000. Why not? I already made my money back by renting it, and then I still get to sell it on the back end to make more money. Just sounds like good business to me. All right, so enough needless talking, I guess. I'm going to show you Car Guru. It's a website that you can go onto to sell and buy cars. I've used it before. That's actually that's where I found my truck however many years ago. I got a great deal on it. I think I paid like $27,000 for it. Trucks now cost a ridiculous amount of money, so I'm very happy that I have mine. But all right, let's pull this up. Okay, so this is Car Guru. You know what? Actually, before I even do the Car Guru thing, I'm actually going to show you Turo, right? So before we go to Car Guru and start picking out whatever vehicle we think is cute, I highly suggest pulling up your area. So the way I normally do it, you can just click current location. I'll normally push it out maybe a couple months. Reason being is if I search for a car today, or tomorrow or the next 3 days, a lot of cars will already be booked out. People already have them. So I push mine out a few months so that it's capturing all of the available cars. There'll be more cars available the farther out I push it, because I want to know everything that's on the market that my competition will be, and then I'll pick my car based off of that. All right, so let's do June, right? We'll say we want one on June 13th to June. Yeah, we'll do a 5-day, right? June 13th to June 17th. And you just hit search. It wants to know your location. Oh, I did hit current location, so it needs to know that. I should just typed in a place. It's fine. Alrighty. So pulled up. This is, unfiltered. It's just within my radius. Pulled up 86 cars. Not too bad. I'm in Montgomery, Alabama. This isn't like a super Turo area. It's starting to pick up, but it's still not, that high. So, like I said, I try to get budget cars, commuter cars. So the way I would filter this out is I'll sort it from daily price. I want to see the lowest, low to high. Why do I want to see the lowest? My thought process is, hypothetically, if I get a vehicle and I list it on this site, and for whatever reason, it's just stuff is going terrible, I want to know that even if my car is the cheapest car on this app, and it only rents out for, I don't know, 10 or 15 days out of the month at the cheapest number, I can, if I finance it, I want to know that I can still pay the car note and the insurance. If I paid it off, then I'll, if I bought it outright, then I'll pick a number. And I'm like, I still want to be able to make at least this much money every single month. So that's why I'll filter it to show whatever the lowest price is, right? And actually, I think the lowest price, the average went up. I'm searching it like this, and it's starting off in the 50s. I might need to go raise my prices. Anyways, so, we got 48, 49. Then it jumps into some 50s, low 50s. And, I sorted it from lowest to highest. So it's just going to keep getting higher and higher. Right. So what I, just using math, right? I want a vehicle that, see, and people jump on here like, look at this Hyundai Sonata Cruise. This is a 2024 vehicle. So is this Corolla. And they got on here and listed their vehicles as the cheapest things possible. That's something else. Just to don't do that. That doesn't make any sense, because people will go and buy 2024 vehicles and then list them on here as the cheapest possible thing, when they have people like this that are on here with a 2014, and they're charging more. They're going to get more money. Like your 2024 vehicle shouldn't be anywhere in the area of these vehicles. Anyway, I digress. And a lot of people just jump on. Oh, there's so much into this thing. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but whenever you list your vehicle, Turo will give you a suggested price. Never take that. Never go forward with the suggested price. Do what I'm showing you right now. Find, if you get a vehicle, try to find an area where it looks like, okay, these vehicles are pretty similar, to mine. Look, these little, hamster cars, 2022, 23, like if this is what you're getting, it's like, all right, these are what these people are charging. I'm gonna charge somewhere around there, maybe $1 less, so mines get rented more. Do that. Do not take the suggested price. That's how you end up putting your 2024 vehicle on here as the cheapest possible option. Don't do that. Doesn't make any sense, and you honestly mess up the market for everybody else on the app. All right, like I said, not going down that rabbit hole, but you get the vision. So let's just say we're trying to get a vehicle that'll rent out for $50 a day. I think that's fair enough. Given all of this, we're still towards the bottom. You get something that's $50 a day, it'll rent out. So if we say $50 a day, and I know y'all can't see my calculator, but you can find a calculator yourself. $50 a day, if we did, let's just split the middle, right, of 10 and 15 days out of the month. We'll say if it rents for 12 days out of the month at $50, you'd get 600. Let's say you had the, what is it called? let's say you have the Turo insurance for the 75% plan, right? So you don't get $600. You actually get $450, right? So $450 a month. I mean, honestly, if you get a car that's under $10,000, even if you finance it, $450 should be enough to cover your monthly payments and your insurance costs, right? So that's the numbers we're going to run with. So I want something that's, under $10,000. So now we'll go to Car Guru because now we kind of have an idea of the market. We know, what vehicles are on there, how much they're going for. Some of the cheaper ones, besides the not smartest people that put their 2024 vehicles on there, we saw some 2014s on there that were going for 51 and 52. So Car Guru, we will go to buy and use, right? Because we want a used car. Because why would we buy a brand new car? Honestly, I don't know if I'll ever buy one. That's not true. Last week, I thought about it. So normally, I would never buy a brand new car. Because, I'm the financial literacy guy. I'm the budgeting guy. I'm the frugal guy. It never made sense to do that. But I will buy one in my business name as a challenge to myself. So if you ever see me pull up in a brand new green vehicle and I'm going to get Mammoth on the back, it's because I made I need a $300,000 a year. So you ever see me pull up in a vehicle like that, it's because I made at least $300,000 in one calendar year. So I bought that vehicle to help write off my taxes and as a reward to myself for hitting that benchmark. All right, no more going down holes, maybe. So back to this. Makes, models, we don't care about none of that. We want to see all of them. This will filter out plenty because our max price will be 10,000. Radius, 100 miles. Do I want to go 100 miles? Let's do 75 miles. Zip code 36117. Minimum, I don't know. We don't need them pulling up beaters, right? Because if it's a salvaged vehicle, because most cars under that price are salvaged or rebuilt titles, you can't even use those on the app. So don't waste your time with them. Okay. How many cars pulled up under this search? It doesn't matter because we're going to filter it even further. We filtered it by price, but we also want to filter by mileage. So you cannot put a vehicle on Turo if it is over 130,000 miles. If it's 129,000 miles, you can throw it on there. If it goes over while it's already in the system, you're good as long as it keeps running. If it ever breaks down, you might, get kicked out. The grandfather system doesn't work if the car stops working. So yeah, your numbers that you want, mileage has to be under 130,000 miles. It can't be nothing can be wrong with the title, right? Can't be salvaged or rebuilt titles. Can't do that. I feel like there was another thing. Nah, honestly, that's really about it. Because my other thing is my price, but that's not a Turo rule. That's just my rule because I want to benefit financially from this. All right. So we'll just do, 120. Honestly, we'll see how many this pulls up. Because I mean, if you want one that'll last longer, you can go even lower. Like what do they got under 90? It's 18 results. That's pretty easy to look through, I think. The year. That was the third one. The year of the vehicle, I think it's 12. It can't be older than 12 years. So it's 2024 now. So we will go back to 2012. We'll do 2013 just to be safe. Okay. Well, look, we got 6 results because we're trying to get something that's under 90,000. But I'm just giving you an idea. Like I said, you can go up to, 130 as far as the mileage goes. But this is just giving you an example of how this works. Well, this video is 15 minutes. I am talking. But yeah, so here are some examples, right? Car Car Guru will actually tell you if it's like a high price for this type of vehicle or if it's a low price for this type of vehicle. It'll say good deal or great deal. That's pretty trustworthy. Car Guru, they get paid just for people using their stuff. So, they're not bound to any of these places, but all these cars are actually coming from different like dealerships. If it's from a person just listing their car, they'll let you know. But besides that, most of them are from actual dealerships. So, I mean, I don't know. Look at this. What, Chevy Equinox? That looks like a pretty decent Turo car. It got 75,000 miles on it. It's under 10,000. You might be able to negotiate with them, negotiate with people. That's fun. You might be able to work it down a little bit. So normally what I do, I'll just look through this, pick a couple cars. Honestly, you don't know what you're actually going to get. So, I mean, you already filtered it down to these. Maybe you don't want these two at the bottom because I'll never get a Chevy Spark because the car is just terrible. I don't really like Chevys at all anyway, but definitely not their cheap versions. I can work with this. But maybe just take these four. They'll give you the phone number to the dealerships. You can call them. Most of them, you can request info and it'll shoot them an email and just offer them a price. Maybe you want all these for 8,000. I'll call or send an email to every single one of them. Say, hey, I saw this on Car Guru. I'll give you 8,000 for it. And they have the option to say yes or no. That is pretty much it. I don't want to make this a 20-minute video, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. But that is how you can determine your price range for your vehicle, search the market on Turo, find vehicles just in your whole area from any dealership using Car Guru. And on my next episode, I will show you how I actually paid for vehicles. I guess there'll be three methods, right? Buying one outright with your own money, um, financing one, maybe making a down payment and then paying it off over time, and then getting one for free using business credit, which I actually used to get two of my vehicles. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions. Again, my name is Darius Lester, your financial philosopher, the financial philosopher on Instagram. Have a good day.